Ladies and gentlemen, presenting under the direction of Mr. Jason Smigel and drum majors Gracie Fike, Ali Bonani, and Gabby Mena, and celebrating 100 years of music, marching, and magic, the 145-member Howell Highlander Marching Band. The band's drum coach is Sean McDonald. The flags coach is Ashley Quick-Josser. The twirling consultant is Caleb Grant. The marching techs are Ben Alagote and Jackie Mrakich. And the administrative assistant is Laura Alagote. And now, Highlander fans, get on your feet for the most original and best fight song in the KLAA, Howell High Forever!
where Summer goes at?
Straight over the 40.
I'm not getting a signal from him. There you
go. Where's this receiver? Do you think it'd do better if it sat up here on my camera? I don't know how much this is gonna.
I don't want to drop it.
Do you have another? Might be able to use your power cord bungee on your laptop.
I think it's gonna fall from there.
Yeah, I know you're worried. Actually, what if you set it down on the ground? I'm an ideas guy. I like to think it through.
And remove your caps for the presentation of our colors by the Howell High School Air Force Junior ROTC. Today, 12 members of the United States military lost their lives in a terrorist attack in Afghanistan. To honor their memory and service, we ask now for a moment of silence. Thank you. Please remain standing and place your hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may leave your caps on while we're rendering the military salute as the Highlander Marching Band performs our national anthem. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to John Dukes Field at Memorial Stadium for tonight's KLAA football game. Tonight's matchup features the Rockets from John Glenn High School and your Howell Highlanders. The Kensington Lakes Activities Association and the MHSAA encourage positive sportsmanship and behavior at tonight's event. Please cheer in a positive manner and be respectful of the athletes, coaches, and officials participating in tonight's event. Thank you in advance for your sportsmanship. We'd like to thank our officials for their work this evening. They are Mike Kevelich, Mike Ahada, Don Vogt, Adam Crump, Sean Williams, Chad Stevens, and Jeremy Rosborowski.
Good afternoon, football fans. Welcome back to another exciting night of football action here live from Howell High School in Howell, Michigan. Tonight the Rockets come into Howell to take on the Highlanders. And the best news of the night is you will not have to listen to my voice alone tonight. That's right, I am joined by a John Glenn football legend, a player for this program from 1990 to 1993, and a starting left tackle from that 1993 state championship game appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined tonight by Matt Schwartz. Matt, it's great to have football back.
Hey, yes, it is.
So the Highlanders won the toss, elected to kick to the Rockets, who will receive.
Number 30, William Smith on the return. Tackle made by number 80.
So the Rockets return the ball out past the 20-yard line to start the football game, and they'll take over first down and 10. Behind center in the shotgun formation tonight at quarterback for the Rockets will be number 2, Jaden Hines. And he will look to ignite this John Glenn offense.
Jaden Hines, the quarterback for John Glenn.
Hines appears will start under center in an I formation. A much different look than what we saw a season ago. Handoff goes to number 28, Damon Powers, who's wrapped up quickly in the backfield by a gang of Highlander defenders. Forward progress will give him a loss of about a yard, and will bring up second down 11 for John Glenn. Rockets quickly returning to that spread formation we saw a lot last year. Hines will look to take the snap. He rolls out to his left, immediately cuts upfield, throws the ball incomplete.
Hines' pass goes incomplete.
Pass intended for number 9, Patrick Bowie.
Pass is intended for Patrick Bowie. Third down.
Incompletion brings up third down and 11 for John Glenn. Appears Hines will go to an empty set here on third down and 11 for the Rockets offense. Hines will stand alone, takes the snap. He is back to pass, looking over the middle of the field. Pump fakes, throws, intercepted. Pass is intercepted by number 4, Noah Raymonitis, linebacker for the Highlanders. Tough start to the football season here for John Glenn. 3 plays, an interception. Howell will take over first down and 10 in Rocket territory. So this Rocket defense will take the field. Last year allowed 44.4 points per game, so they will look to improve on last year's bid and try to stop this Highlander offense. At quarterback for Howell, number 7, Nolan Petru. He will hand the ball off to number 6, August Johanningsmeyer.
Number 6, Austin Johanningsmeyer, the ball carrier.
Johanningsmeyer takes it for about a 4-yard gain. Should bring up second down and 6 here for this Highlander offense. Johanningsmeyer currently ranked as the 64th rated prospect in the state of Michigan per 24/7 Sports. Petru will come back to a pistol set. They'll look at the sideline for the play. Petru adjusts the play, and he'll return under center. He takes the snap again, hands Joe Hanningsmeyer off the right side. He bullies his way out near the first down marker. Appears he will have enough for a Howell first down. So clock runs. Petru checks the sideline for the play. And Howell, after the interception, very quickly on the move. Petru again to take the snap out of a pistol set. He takes the snap again, hands off the right side to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He runs past the Rocket defender, bullies his way close to the end zone. Appears he was knocked out of bounds just short of the goal line. Out around the 4-yard line.
Joe, this
brings
really
up second down and goal.
This really isn't the start that the Rockets need for the start of the season here. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, it's as tough of a start as you can imagine from the football season, Matt. This Rockets defense looking to dig in and get a stop again to Joe Hanningsmeyer. Easily makes his way into the end zone for a Highlander touchdown. And just as you said, Matt, a very tough start to this football season for John Glenn. That Howell defense forcing a quick turnover, making quick work on the ground, keeping it to Joe Hanningsmeyer on the right-hand side. Appears they will pull some trickeration here on the extra point, see if they can catch the Rockets not paying attention. And they'll check the sideline for the play. Highlanders will return to formation. Appears they will kick the extra point here. Looking to extend this lead to 7-0 in favor of Howell. The kick is up for Howell, and it is good. Number 24, David Johnson with the extra point. And that will make it 7-0 Highlanders. And ladies and gentlemen, while we break, we'd like to take an opportunity to thank one of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. So if you are thinking about selling your home or looking to purchase a new home, we would like you to contact former Rocket and Wayne Memorial teacher Matt Howton. He is from the Howton Agius team of Keller Williams Realty Livingston. He can be reached at 734-812-5660 or look them up on the web. Again, that is the Howton Agius team at 734-812-5660.
Number 24, David Johnson to kick.
So Johnson will kick here for the Highlanders. Davion Smith and Dalen Scott back deep for the Rockets. And Matt, as we just mentioned, you have to believe that the Rockets want to get back into this game. They need to put some points on the board on this drive.
Dalen Scott keep for the Rockets.
So Johnson's kick is away. It is fielded by Scott. Scott will go past the 30-yard line, and he will be wrapped up quickly by that Highlanders kickoff team. So Rockets will take over first down and 10.
On the return, tackle is led by number 40, Ethan Rover.
And as fired up as this Howell crowd is, you have to believe the Rockets have to sustain some sort of drive here after turning the ball over on just their third play on their first drive. So Hines back. He'll pitch to Scott. Scott quickly wrapped up in the backfield by multiple Howell defenders. And the tough start continues for this John Glenn offense.
Brought down by Evan Ferris.
Howell defense really feeding into this crowd thus far. Loss of 5 brings up second down and 15 here for John Glenn. Hines checks the sideline, looking for the play call from Coach Griggs. He is again flanked by Dalen Scott in the backfield. Hines takes the snap. He's back to pass, looking quick completion. Out past the 30-yard line, back near the original line of scrimmage. Should bring up third down and 10 here for John Glenn. Pass was complete to number 9, Patrick Bowie. Brings up 3rd down and 10. And Matt, as we stated earlier, you have to believe John Glenn has to get a first down, however they can find a way.
It is so important that they get this first down here and get the ball moving. Joe, I've also noticed the clock has not been running at all, so we've had some issues with the clock here.
In a bit of a confusion here, as it appeared the Rockets had fumbled the football, but now the refs appear to be blowing the play dead. So it appears they are ruling that an incomplete pass, which will bring up 4th down and 10 here for John Glenn. So the punt team will come on for John Glenn. Ashton Hill will be deep to return for the Highlanders.
Joe, they must be keeping the time on the field because that clock has not moved at all.
That was an incomplete pass. 4th and 10.
And it appears the punt nearly blocked, if not shanked, and it'll be out of bounds at the 30-yard line where Howell will take over. And to your point, Matt, that clock has been stopped at 10 minutes and 25 seconds here in the first quarter for some time.
That punt goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 Howell. The ball's at the John Glenn 30.
Joe, when you see that clock moving, let me know so I can keep our scoreboard updated over here.
So this Highlander offense back on the field. Petru once again flanked by Johanningsmeyer. He'll look for the shotgun snap. He again fakes the handoff to Johanningsmeyer. He's throwing deep, has a man wide open. It is caught to the 10, 5, missed tackle, touchdown, Highlanders. Jackson Kavarik on the reception. Play action pass caught that Rocket defense off guard. And the tough start continues here for John Glenn. So just like that, the Highlanders extend their lead to 13-0. And they'll again come on for an extra point attempt. Once again trying to catch the Rockets defense off guard. So this Highlanders kicking unit will return to regular formation. Johnson once again on for the PAT attempt. Snaps back, hold down, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. So the Highlanders extend their lead to 14-0 here in the first quarter. Here's the clock operator here at the stadium having some technical difficulties as we try to get set and establish the time here in the first quarter. But the score does remain 14-0 in favor of the Highlanders.
That Highlanders scoring play, a 30-yard touchdown pass from Petru to Kavarik.
So Johnson will kick again here for the Highlanders. And he'll kick back again to Davion Smith and Dalen Scott. So Johnson's kick is away. Heading deep, appears to be heading out of bounds. It will roll out of bounds for a penalty flag, so the Rockets will take over a favorable field position here. And Matt, if you're this John Glenn offense, do you continue to try to attack the run game, or do you just go full-on aerial attack and try to work yourself back into this football game?
Joe, I really think we still have to work the run. It's still early in the season. You know, we're about halfway through the first quarter. Hopefully get the clock running here, figure it out. But we got to establish that run before we start throwing the ball around the field.
I couldn't agree more. A sustained drive could do a lot for this team's confidence as well as momentum heading further into this football game and, as you mentioned, further into this season. So Hines will once again be back at quarterback for the Rockets. He will drop back to pass and throw a quick screen out to the right side. So a quick 5-yard gain there for the Rockets. Pass was completed number 6, Tyron Booty. Nice sharp throw to the sideline by Hines for a nice 5-yard gain for John Glenn, and these are the types of plays that can start to work them back into this football game. So Hines quickly will line up behind center. Once again appears to be flanked by Dalen Scott. Hines will fake the snap, look to the sideline to check for the play. And Hines will reset and look for the snap. He does hand off to Scott. Scott, correction, that is not Dalen Scott. That'd be Damon Powers. Powers works his way forward for a 3-yard gain.
Tackle made by number 37, Carter.
So Powers with a nice, tough inside run.
Bring up a 3rd and 2.
So 3rd down and 2 here. Much more manageable for this John Glenn offense as opposed to the 3rd and longs they've faced prior. So on 3rd down and 2, surprising, Hines will go to an empty set as he calls out the plays to his receivers. 3rd down, 2 to go. Hines back to pass, quick throw out. Pass off the hands of Powers, incomplete, 4th down and 2. Now, Matt, this is an area of the field where you think the Rockets may consider going for it.
Joe, I don't think so. I think we need to get them pinned deep and make Howell's offense move up the field instead of getting them a short field to work with.
So we'll see what the Rockets do here on 4th down and 2. It appears they will enter a punt formation. Looks like number 4, Austin Buck, will punt for the Rockets. He takes the snap away. Much better punt this time, working its way into Howell territory. It is fielded by the Highlanders, immediately wrapped up by number 45 for John Glenn. That is Connor LaCourte there on the coverage. And as you mentioned, Matt, a deep punt pins the ball into Howell territory. This will be a much more sustained drive if Howell is to again put points on the board.
Joe, you're totally correct. John Glenn really needs to get that defense off the field and get their offense cranking, but pinning them deep will really help them out.
So this will definitely put much more pressure on the Highlander offense as they start with their coach at the sideline. Petcher returned to the field at quarterback. Appears he will once again be flanked by Joe Hanningsmeyer. So they'll return to the pistol set. Petcher takes the snap, again hands off the right side to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He bullies his way out past the 30 and down near the 35-yard line. Nice tough run there by Joe Hanningsmeyer for a gain of 8 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 2 for this Highlander offense.
As a gain of 8, will be 2nd and 2.
So Petcher again will look for the pistol snap. He now checks the sideline. Appears he will adjust the play at the line of scrimmage. Joe Hanningsmeyer once again in the backfield. Petcher takes a snap, again hands off the right side. This time Joe Hanningsmeyer wrapped up much more quickly, but again able to bully his way past that 1st down marker out to the 40-yard line.
Cut down by Michael Floyd. That's a Highlander 1st down. First and 10, the ball is at their 40-yard line.
So here's Petcher comes to the sideline. Joe Hanningsmeyer makes his way off the field after taking a number of carries for this Howell offense. So Petcher returns to the huddle for Howell as he will call the play to his teammates. So Petcher once again in this pistol formation. He will hand off the left side this time. And he breaks a tackle out near midfield. So that handoff went to number 16 for the Highlanders. That is Cole Quatlander.
Number 16, Cole Quatlander, the ball carrier.
A nice tough run by Quatlander for a gain of 7.
Brought down by Dalen Scott.
Brings up 2nd down and 3 here for Howell.
2nd and 3.
So Highlanders lining up quickly. Petru again will take the snap. He again checks the sideline. He remains flanked in the backfield by Quatlander. Appears Petru will once again change the play based on the defensive formation. He will line up under center this time. He will take the snap. Appears he hands off to Quatlander. Quatlander with a nice cut across the left side, out past midfield, and good for a Howell first down.
Quatlander, the ball carrier.
So just like that, this Howell offense once again past midfield into Rocket territory.
First down, Howell, ball's at the John Glenn 39.
So another first down for this Highlander offense. As Petru looks for the pistol snap, but once again checks the sideline. So Petru takes the snap, hands the Quatlander across the right-hand side. He's got a lead blocker, picks up a block, cuts back, out near the first down marker again. So he works his way down near the 39-yard line of John Glenn. Good for another Highlander first down.
First and 10 from the John Glenn 39-yard line.
So Petru lines up quickly, looks for the pistol snap. Highlander remains in the game off the right-hand side. He has a run for a gain of 2 down to the 37 of John Glenn. Should bring up 2nd down and 8 here for this Howell offense.
Gain 2, 2nd and 8.
Joe Hanningsmeyer returning into the game here for this Howell offense. So Petru now flanked by Joe Hanningsmeyer in the backfield on 2nd down and 8. He'll check the sideline. He's back to pass, rolling out immediately pressured by multiple Rocket defenders. Can't bring him down. Pushed out of bounds, which appears around the original line of scrimmage. Should be a small loss here for this Howell offense.
Joe, that's first time I think the defense has really brought it. I don't know about you, Joe. I think they're getting the hang of it. It's early in the season.
So hopefully that's one of those plays that can spark this defense into making some more plays down the road, and they can find a way to work themselves back into this football game. That loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9, and a huge 3rd down if you're this John Glenn defense. So appears some confusion on the end of the Howell offense. They will call a timeout. And the teams will break to the sideline. And while we pause, we'd like to take another opportunity to thank one of our sponsors. So if you need a new driveway or sidewalk, if your porch needs to be replaced, or maybe even a stamped concrete patio, contact former Rocket Michael Cash of M&D Concrete at 734-621-3197, or find them on Facebook to see some amazing concrete work. Again, that's M&D Concrete, servicing all of your concrete needs, 734-621-3197. So as we return from the timeout, the Rockets defense taking this field, and Matt, again, this feels like one of those huge plays if John Glenn's going to find themselves back in this football game.
I totally agree with you, Joe. They really have to start improving what they got going on here. If they don't, it's going to be a long first game and a long season.
Absolutely. This is one of those plays where the defense needs to step up, find a way to get a stop, and then turn to that offense to try to put some points on the board. So 3rd down and 9 here for this Howell offense. Joe Hanningsmeyer back in the backfield, tightly flanking Petru. Here's a blitz maybe coming from the Rockets as the Howell sends a man in motion. They take the snap, look towards the motion man, throw it to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He's wide open, out past the 35, down near the 30-yard line, just short of the first down marker, so the Rockets do get a stop. But in this territory, Matt, you have to wonder, will Howell go for it on 4th down and short?
I think they are. They're up 14-0. Things are looking good on their sideline. You know, I think they're going to go for it.
And it appears no hesitation from this Howell offense as Joe Hanningsmeyer is right back in the backfield. Petru checks the sideline for the play call. He will check with his offensive line. Appears he will once again go under center as Joe Hanningsmeyer lines up at fullback. Handoff will go to him. He finds a hole off the left side. Some open daylight past the 20, 15, stays on his feet into the 10, down near the 5. Appears to be down around the 6-yard line. So the Rocket defense has a chance to get back into this football game, unable to stop Joe Hanningsmeyer. And Howell finds themselves 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. Without hesitation, they line right back up into the offensive formation and will look to operate quickly to try to put some more points onto this board. So snap, handoff again goes to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He fights his way through a pair of Rocket defenders into the end zone. Touchdown, Highlanders, extending their lead to 20-0 in favor of Howell. So again, just when we thought the Rockets had an opportunity to make a big stop, unable to stop Joe Hanningsmeyer on the ground. Just one play later, he takes the handoff into the end zone, and the Rockets now find themselves down by 3 scores.
Joe, this is starting to look like the 1994 game when the Rockets and the Highlanders played each other for the first time, where Howell dominated that game the entire time.
Absolutely. As we know, Howell won that game 32-0, and that was the first ever game in this between these two schools. So Johnson's kick again good, extending the lead to 21-0.
Joe, let's take a look back in the past with 1994. Here's that game. Howell Stadium has changed a little bit since then. This was the first meeting between the Rockets and the Highlanders.
And after that opening kickoff, that was about the best momentum John Glenn had throughout that football game, as you mentioned. A very dominant showing by the Highlanders back in 1994. And as we know, this can all be found on the John Glenn Football YouTube channel, along with many other classic Rocket games. So if you have not done so already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Your subscriptions allow us to continue bringing you this broadcast. So Johnson will again kick for Howell, as the Rockets will return the kickoff. Appears it will be Scott on the return. He works towards the middle of the field, finds a small opening, but is quickly brought down just past the 30-yard line.
Scott on the return.
So Rockets will take over 1st down and 10 here.
Joe, it looked like they have the clock finally working. We're with 46 seconds left right before the end of the first quarter. It is not looking good for the Rockets, but I think they do have the clock working now on us, Joe.
And just as you said, Matt, we've been saying it, but again, if the Rockets want to find themselves back into this football game, you have to believe they have to find a way to get some points on the board this drive.
Just as I say that they do have the clock working, they call me a liar, and we are now starting the second quarter. So that's the end of the first quarter there, Joe.
So as you mentioned, it appears the clock issues are sorted out. That will conclude the first quarter of action here at Howell High School. And again, the Highlanders holding a 21-0 lead over John Glenn. So the teams will flip side. The Rockets offense already out onto the field. And this Howell defense returns to the field looking to continue the momentum they built in that first quarter.
Business club members.
So Hines will again take the snap, flanked by Powers. His pass fires complete to number 21, Delano Coleman, for a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7 here for John Glenn.
The ball carrier. In 3, 7.
So Hines will now turn to a 2-back set here in the backfield. Hines will take the snap. He hands inside to Bowie, immediately crushed by a number of Howell defenders. This offensive line having a very tough time getting the running game going here, Matt.
In the backfield, number 31, Evan Ferris.
So after a gain of 3, a 1st down, loss of 6 on 2nd down, brings up 3rd down and 13 here for this John Glenn offense. As Hines returns to an empty set, he'll check the sideline for the adjusted play call. Here's he checks the play with his receivers and will get ready for the shotgun snap. He's back to pass, turns, fires quickly. Pass complete out to number 45 for the Rockets. That's Connor LaCourte, but quickly brought down by the Highlander defense. Brings up about 4th down and 6 here for John Glenn.
Brought down by Brevin Weller.
And Rockets offense may be staying on the field. Check that. Hines makes his way off of the field as it appears the punt team will come on. So John Glenn once again unable to get anything going here offensively in this football game. So number 3, Ashton Hill will return deep for the Highlanders as the Rockets look to punt here. Number 4, Austin Buck will be the punter for John Glenn. Buck will take the snap, get some pressure. Appears they may have got a piece of that. And after the partially blocked punt, it will roll past the 45-yard line. The call is running into the kicker. 5-yard penalty brings up 4th down and 1 for John Glenn, and Matt down 21-0. Do the Rockets think about going for it here?
Joe, I don't think so. I think we still punt them deep. We can't give them the short field. If we do give them the short field and they score, now we're down 28.
So we'll see what the Rockets decide to do here after the penalty call. Pierce Hines is trotting back into the field, so they will be going for it here, Matt.
Again, that's why they pay Coach Griggs the big bucks, and I'm up here in the press box.
So a big play here in this football game if John Glenn wants to work their way back into the game. Appears to be about 4th down and 2 here for John Glenn. As Hines checks the sideline. He's joined by Damon Powers in the backfield. And we'll check the play call as they send LaCourte in motion. Hines takes the snap. He's back to pass. Pump fakes, fires quickly. Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. And just as you said, Matt, the risk of not completing this means, once again, this Howell team will have a short field. So
Joe, it's just
offense.
I was just going to say, it's just not the start that the Rockets are looking for there.
No, as tough a start as you can imagine for this John Glenn football team to start our 2021 football season. So the Rockets defense has made their way back onto the field. Howell once again starting a drive in Rocket territory at the 41-yard line. And we'll see if this John Glenn defense can step up and find a way to get a stop against this tough rushing attack that Howell possesses. So Petru will come back into the game along with Joe Hanningsmeyer in the backfield. Once again out of that tight shotgun set. And Petru will look for the snap. 1st down and 10. Petru takes a snap, fakes to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He launches deep once again, has a man open. Pass broken up right at the end. Nice play there from number 6, Tyron Booty. As Howell once again looking to capitalize on a play-action pass after this tough running game.
Broken up by number 6, Kyron Booty. 2nd and 10.
So Jackson Kovarik, the intended receiver, checks out of the game. Petru returns to the huddle here for this Highlander offense. Big pass breakup by Booty there to bring up 2nd down and 10. And we'll see if they return to this ground game with Joe Hanningsmeyer. Snaps back. The hand is to Joe Hanningsmeyer across the right side. Rockets pursuing. Joe Hanningsmeyer able to bully his way out near the 37-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 6 for this Howell offense.
Gain of 4, 3rd and 6.
Well, Matt, we keep saying it. Another opportunity here for John Glenn. 3rd down and 6. If they can find a way to get a stop, that may be the spark they need to get themselves back into this football game.
I think they need some type of spark like that, Joe. A big stop here, maybe move the ball down the field and get some points before halftime to bring themselves back into this game.
And it all starts with this 3rd down right here. 3rd down and 6. From the John Glenn 37, Joe Hanningsmeyer in the backfield behind Petru. Petru takes a snap. He once again hands to Joe Hanningsmeyer. Rockets pursuing, unable to bring him down, and he works his way out near the 25-yard line, well past the 1st down marker.
Brought down by number 81, Amari Bingham Cage.
Rockets been able to create quite a few 3rd downs throughout this football game, but unable to capitalize and get that last stop that they need.
Rocket, 28-yard line.
So it appears Joe Hanningsmeyer was ruled out of bounds at the 28-yard line, where Howell will take over 1st down and 10. Highlanders really controlling this football game thus far on the ground game. Only using selective passes to keep this John Glenn defense honest. So Petru checks the sideline. Appears he will adjust the play call. Again, 1st down and 10 from the John Glenn 28. Petru takes the snap. Looked like he may have handed off, but goes on a straight quarterback keeper for about a gain of 3 out to the 25-yard line. Just shy of the 25-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 8 for this Highlander offense. So Howell returning to a huddle. As they break the huddle, Petru once again flanked by Joe Hanningsmeyer in the backfield. And we'll see if they keep it on the ground or if they look for another play-action pass. They will keep it on the ground with Joe Hanningsmeyer off the right side. He will bully his way down to about the 21-yard line.
Brought down by David Powers on the play.
Brings up about 3rd down and 4 here for this Howell offense. And Matt, we keep saying it. Rockets keep finding themselves in these 3rd down situations. They have to find a way, somehow, some way to get a stop if they want to get themselves back into this football game.
Joe, I
Petru once again.
I was just going to say, I totally agree with you, Joe, that we have to get a stop here. If we don't get a stop.
So Petru once again returns under center. Joe Hanningsmeyer in that fullback 3-point stance. Have to believe the handoff's going again to Joe Hanningsmeyer here. They will turn and hand off across the left side. Appears he may have been brought down short by that Rockets defense as he barely made it to the 20-yard line.
Packers led by Jamar Cooley and David Powers.
So just as we kept saying, Rockets find themselves a way to get a stop. Appears the Highlanders will attempt a field goal here.
4th and 3.
I'm going to count that as a stop. If we can just give them 3 here and get our offense back on the field, maybe get 6 or 7 before halftime, I think we'll be in better shape.
Especially considering that Howell started this drive in Rocket territory. But it appears this Howell offense has returned to the field as Petru will be flanked by Quatlander. 4th down and 2. They'll check the sideline. Huge opportunity for this Rockets defense to get a stop. So Petru adjusts the play. Again, flanked by Quatlander. Appears they will shift. Official signaling a stoppage of play. It appears Howell will call a timeout. So this Howell offense takes a timeout. We'll think it over. So we'll see what the decision is here on 4th down and 2. And once again, while we pause, we'd like to take another opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors. Henry Service Center Incorporated has proudly been serving Westland since 1964. No matter what the problem is, their professional ASE certified technicians always provide exceptional automotive services. They do everything from general repairs and brake services to oil changes and batteries. Their friendly, passionate staff has over 110 years of experience in the auto repair industry and work hard to get your car back on the road faster than any other shop in town. Henry Service Center is located at 3041 South Wayne Road in Wayne, or give them a call at 734-721-8721. Again, that's 734-721-8721. So this John Glenn defense returning to the field here following the timeout. And this Howell offense will return to the field, so it appears they will go for it. 4th down and 2, and Matt, as we keep saying, a huge defensive play for this John Glenn defense.
This is the time John Glenn's defense really needs to step up.
In these types of games, especially at the high school level, it can take just one play to spark some type of comeback. The handoff goes, quickly wrapped up. He's stopped in the backfield by John Glenn. So just as we say it, Matt, John Glenn gets the stop that they need, and they will take over on downs.
Joe, that is the stop that the Rockets need. Now if we can get the offense going, we will be on our way.
After struggling to stop the run this entire first half, a big surge from that defensive line, stopping Quatlander in his tracks. Just the sign of life we needed to see from this John Glenn defense. Now, as you mentioned, Matt, this offense needs to sustain a drive. It appears Hines has been replaced by number 1, Nick Wetmore, and he will come into the game trying to spark this Rockets offense and get some points on the board in this football game. So Wetmore looks for the shotgun snap. Appears he is flanked by Powers in the backfield.
Number 1, Nick Wetmore now in at quarterback for the Rockets.
So he'll check the play at the sideline. Wetmore takes a snap, fakes, throws, complete, quickly wrapped up. So Rockets try a quick screen pass to number 6, Tyron Booty, but quickly wrapped up for a loss of 2, bringing up 2nd down and 12. So that screen play looked effective early. Howell clearly making an adjustment to that play, able to bring him down for a quick loss.
Now we just need to get the offense rolling, Joe. Our defense made a good stop. Now they need to build on that and get that offense rolling down the field. We got 5 minutes left. We need to get some points on the board.
So on 2nd down and 10, appears they may keep the ball in the air out of an empty set. Wetmore throws. Pass was tipped, intercepted off the deflection. Pass intercepted by number 3, Ashton Hill for the Highlanders. Return down to the 10-yard line, 1st down and goal. So Matt, is demoralizing it gets for that John Glenn defense. You finally get the stop you need. The offense turns the ball over, and you find yourselves facing a 1st and goal when you get right back on the field.
Joe, this is why this is the greatest game. It's a team game. The defense can step up, but if the offense doesn't return the favor, you're back right where you were before.
Absolutely. Rockets offense unable to capitalize on that 4th down stop by their defense. So now the defense returns to the field looking to make another stand with 5 minutes, 19 seconds to go here in the first half. So Joe Hanningsmeyer returns to the game at tailback here, flanking Petru in the backfield. They're joined by number 30, Chase Harden, in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion. Flags down before the play could be ran. We'll check the call. False start against the offense. So 5-yard penalty will bring a 1st down and goal now from the 15-yard line.
Joe, it sounds like the student section from Howell did not like that call.
Yes, this student section has been very animated thus far. It is fun to see fans back in the stands here out at Howell. So Petru now 1st down and goal, takes a snap unexpectedly, rolls around. He's going to throw to number 5. That pass is intercepted. Number 40 for John Glenn going the other way down the left sideline. He's forced out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Davion Smith.
Is intercepted.
Excuse me, not Davion Smith, number 40. Unfortunately, we do not have a number for number 40, but huge interception for this John Glenn defense.
Joe, that's the spark that the defense keeps giving the offense. Now the offense
We have a
needs
penalty
to get
flag
the ball
down. It appears that it is a dead ball penalty. Excuse me, illegal receiver downfield. So that penalty has been declined, and John Glenn defense steps up again.
Like I was saying, Joe, that defense keeps giving the spark. Now the offense needs to build on that and turn that into a fire.
So, and as we keep talking about,
31-yard line.
these are the types of plays that can spark a team. So if this offense can get something going here, John Glenn can find themselves back in this football game. Just a 3-score game with 5:09 to go here in the first half. This Rockets offense will take over. They return to a 2-back set. And they'll send LaCourte in motion as Wetmore looks for the snap. He'll hand to Bowie. Bowie around the right-hand side, and just not much running room. This John Glenn offense so far really struggling to find their way.
30.
Appears to be a loss of 7 or 8 on the play. Bringing up 2nd down and 18 for this John Glenn offense.
We got a 2nd and 18.
So referee signaling a stoppage of play. John Glenn will take a timeout here and hope to solve their offensive struggles thus far in this game. So and as a reminder, while we time out, if you have not already done so, please like and subscribe to our John Glenn football channel on YouTube. We're happy to bring you these games, but your subscription are what allow us to continue to do this. So again, please get on that John Glenn football YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out all the classic content that we have on there. If you have Twitter, you can also follow our Twitter page at JG_football. So we return from the timeout here. 2nd down and 18 for John Glenn. Wetmore remains in the game at quarterback. He'll return to an empty set. As he sends a man in motion, that's Powers. Fakes the handoff. He'll roll out. And he is quickly sacked all the way back at the 13-yard line of John Glenn. The last thing that the Rockets could afford in this situation. And the sack on the play brings up 3rd down and long.
Joe, it is extremely important that they keep that clock rolling. With 4 minutes left, we don't want to give Howell the ball deeper in their territory here.
Absolutely correct. You wonder what the play call will be here on 3rd down and long, but if they can find a way to keep this clock rolling, as you mentioned, Matt, we don't want to give them the ball with a short field yet again. So Wetmore will be back to pass. He'll fire a screen pass that is intercepted again. So number 8 for this Highlanders defense, able to make the interception on the attempted screen pass. The last thing John Glenn needed, as Howell will once again take over 1st down and goal.
Howell at the 7.
Joe, it is nice to see fans in our stands. I know we're a little ways away from home, but our Rockets sideline has got a nice crowd over there.
After the last year we've been through, it is absolutely amazing to see fans back in the stands. So always nice to be out for a beautiful high school football game on a Thursday or Friday night. So the handoff again to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He finds a nice hole and bullies his way down towards the goal line. Appears he was stopped short at about the 1-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and goal for Howell.
Brought down by number 40 for John Glenn.
So Howell offense lining up very quickly.
Number 40 is Ricky Smith.
Have to imagine they will keep it on the ground with Joe Hanningsmeyer. Low snap. Quarterback has to hold the ball. He is quickly wrapped up by the Rockets offense. Throws towards the end zone. It is almost intercepted. The Rockets almost coming up with another huge play. Unable to capitalize, bringing up 3rd down and 1. But a penalty flag is down. Appears once again the call will be an ineligible receiver downfield. So that'll back Howell up 5 yards, making this 3rd down a little more difficult.
Joe, that happens a lot when the linemen think you have a run and it turns into a pass. The linemen are blocking downfield like it's a regular play, and then it turns into a pass and you get the illegal man downfield.
Yeah, it appeared that was a designed run play, but due to the poor snap, Petru had to improvise and did the only thing he could. So as mentioned, the penalty backs up Howell 5 yards. We will replay the down here. So we'll have 2nd down and goal here from the 6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6, 5-yard penalty. Illegal man downfield.
The defense has to step up again right here, Joe.
Absolutely. 2nd down and goal from the 6. You have to believe that the run's coming. They go play action pass. Pass thrown out of the end zone. A little bit of contact. Referee elected not to throw the flag. You have to believe that ball was considered uncatchable.
Pass intended for Honkala is incomplete.
So surprisingly, Matt, after all the success Howell has had on the ground, they elect to go play action pass and set them up now with a 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. This is not an easy conversion.
I totally agree with you, Joe. It's not an easy conversion, but you know what? It's early in the season, so everybody's trying to work all the kinks out. Once they feel the running game is where it's at, they're trying to work on their passing game right now.
So we'll see if they elect to keep it back on the ground here on 3rd down and 6, or if they'll keep the ball in the air. So Joe Hanningsmeyer in the backfield, next to Petru. Some confusion getting lined up, but it appears the offense has sorted it out. So this defense, after a few big stops, looking to once again get this ball back to their offense and ignite a spark some way. So they'll send a man in motion. Play is whistled dead. Appears it'll be a false start against the Highlanders. So back them up 5 yards, 5 more yards.
And just again, Joe, the student section do not like that call.
3rd goal from the 11.
Well, I don't know a student section that's ever been a fan of a penalty call against their team, Matt.
That is true, Joe.
Nonetheless, as mentioned, the penalty does bring the ball back to the 11-yard line. 3rd down and goal. And for a 3rd consecutive drive, this Rockets defense looking to get off the field. After letting up 3 consecutive touchdowns, they've really tightened up the hatches and have found a way to put together a few stops. We'll see if they can do it again. So Petru appears to be flanked by Joe Hanningsmeyer. He fakes the toss, rolls out. Pass is fired incomplete. Intended towards number 5, Jackson Kavarik for the Highlander offense. So once again, this defense able to generate a 4th down stop. We'll see if the Highlanders elect to kick the field goal or if they once again go for it. Appears we will have a field goal attempt here. As David Johnson will once again attempt the field goal.
Number 24, David Johnson, will attempt the field goal.
So snap is down, kick is up, it is on the way, it looks good, and it is good. So tack on 3 more points, making the score 24-0 in favor of the Highlanders. Just 2 minutes, 49 seconds in favor of the 2nd quarter. But, Matt, you cannot ask any more out of this defense than what they've given you through the 2nd quarter.
I totally agree with you, Joe. The offense really needs to start moving the ball, keep that defense off the field so they can rest. And then that offense moving the ball, we're going to get some points on the board.
Because even though that field goal extends the lead, it does remain just a 3-possession game. So, as we continue to say, if this John Glenn offense can get the ball moving, find a way to get some points onto this board, it is just a 3-possession game.
Johnson to kick.
So the Rockets will be getting the ball back here. 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go here in the first half, as Johnson will once again kick for the Howell Highlanders. And his kick is on the way. Fielded by Scott. Scott making his way into a wall of Rocket blockers. Finds some room, makes his way out near the 40-yard line. And Matt, good field position. This could be one of those sparks that we need to get some offense going.
That's a good return out to the, 41-yard line, Joe? I think that's what we need to get going. We need to get a quick first downs, and then we'll be moving.
So it appears Wetmore will remain in the game at quarterback for John Glenn. He will await the shotgun snap as he sends a man in motion. Handoff goes inside to number 25, Xavier Spadacini, but he is quickly wrapped up by that Highlander defense.
Number 25, Xavier Spadacini with ball carrier.
So Spadacini's run good for a gain of 1 yard.
Packers led by number 30, Chase Hardy.
Although unsuccessful, Rockets do still appear to be committed to this ground game, trying to get some things going here. So Spadacini remains in the game at tailback, Wetmore at quarterback. Wetmore takes the snap, he back, throws over the middle, pass complete, breaks a tackle, past the 40-yard line, inside the 35, down to the 32. Connor LaCourte on the reception. And Matt, we keep talking about these spark plays. This could be one of them. Now into Highlander territory, Rockets appear to be on the move.
I totally agree with you, Joe. That's the spark that the Rockets need.
And as we know, just one throw and catch can spark a ton of confidence into a young quarterback taking over in a football game.
Now the Rockets hustle to the ball, but they're letting the clock run here, Joe. I don't understand.
Yeah, clock ticking at 1 minute, 40 seconds to go as Wetmore takes a snap. He again throws over the middle to LaCourte. So LaCourte out near the 20-yard line, down at about the 22. Appears to be enough for another Rocket first down. So Wetmore now starting to find a connection with LaCourte here. Really appears to be starting to feel more comfortable in that pocket. Rockets again hurry to the ball. Just 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. So Wetmore again looks for the snap. He fakes the handoff. He now rolls out, evades the pressure, throws. It is complete to Powers. Powers makes a man miss, but is brought down. Quick gain of 2. But even those small gains, Matt, much better than the losses that we saw earlier. So we'll see if this offense expresses some urgency here with just 1 minute remaining now in the first half. Second down, 8 yards to go here for this John Glenn offense. Wetmore remains in the game, flanked by Powers. Powers moves to a pistol set as Bowie splits out wide. Wetmore's back to pass. He looks over the middle, throwing. He has a man open. It is intercepted. Incredible diving play by number 12, Danny Hankala for the Highlanders. So appeared he had LaCourte open. Hankala able to make an incredible play there for the Highlanders.
Joe, that is not what we need right now. We were moving the ball. Things were looking good. And we shoot ourselves right in the foot again.
Excuse me, appears it was number 10, John Lovich on the interception for Howell. Got the number wrong there. But as you said, Matt, just when we thought we had some momentum going into this first half, the last thing you can afford, an interception. And the score remains 24-0 in favor of the Highlanders. So their offense will return to the field. You'd think taking over on their own 3-yard line. They'll keep this ball on the ground with Johanningsmeyer and take a 24-point lead into the first half. So under center snap, turn. Give actually goes to the fullback. That is number 4, Noah Raymondadis for the Highlanders. Clock ticking now under 25 seconds. Appears Howell will be content taking this 24-point lead into the half. So the offense will slowly make their way to the sideline. And Matt, as we mentioned, this defense has been starting to step up in this first half, so we may have something to build on. But this offense has to find a way to sustain and drive and get some points on the board. Wetmore appeared to start to have some connection with McCourt, but ultimately the pass intercepted out near the goal line. And as mentioned, as the first half officially comes to an end, the score is Howell 24, John Glenn 0.
We are kicking off the band's 100th anniversary season with a rocking song from the Chicago-based band Fall Out Boy. The title feathered picture comes from Greek mythology and it came to life by arising from the ashes of its predecessor. Just like the title avian animal, the Highlander community is on the rise again, just like the Phoenix. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask this time if you please direct your attention to the 50-yard line as the Howell Highlander varsity compound team performs for us.
great job. Appreciate everything you're doing. No problem. All right, we head back over. All right. Let's see what we got for analytics wise here. 59 viewers. We've been as high as almost, looks like we've been consistent with 70, 80 viewers. 324 total viewers. People bouncing in and out. 13 minutes average watch time. Not bad.
Feels that way. know what really drives me crazy? Good at math, but it's some math.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to start the second half action here at Howell High School. So if you were not with us in the first half, the Rockets currently down 24-0.
Number 5, Jesse Brevard.
Again, Joe Smyser here, joined by Matt Schwartz. Live from Howell High School, the Rockets did receive the football to start the game, so they will kick here to begin the second half. So they'll move towards the ball. They will fake the kickoff and reset.
Ahmed Salah to kick for John Glenn.
Ahmed Salah kicking for John Glenn. He'll kick it down to the 30-yard line, scooped up by Howell. He finds the lane out near the 40-yard line, where he'll be tackled right around the 39. So this Howell offense will look to begin this second half, picking up where they left off. Very effective with that ground game in the first half.
That was number 33, Ethan Lynn on the return.
Joe, what do you think the Rockets need to do the second half to really get things going in the right direction?
Well, I think it starts with this defense picking up where they left off and really building on the momentum they had captured there at the end of the first half. After allowing touchdowns on their first 3 drives, they really stepped up, generated a turnover, held them to a field goal after starting a possession on their own 10-yard line. So if it all starts with the defensive stop. So man goes in motion. Handoff goes to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He bullies his way down for an 8-yard gain.
Joe Hanningsmeyer, the ball carrier for Howell.
Down to the 47-yard line, working their way towards midfield.
Brought down by number 81, Amari Bingham Gage. Gain of 8.
So Joe Hanningsmeyer immediately comes off the field. Quatlander returning into the game at tailback. 2nd down and 2 here for this Howell offense. Petru will make the play call. He will go under center. He sends a man in motion. The give is to Quatlander, who's immediately wrapped up for no gain.
That's the defense that the Rockets need to bring all season, and if our offense get going, we'll be just fine.
Ricky Smith.
So we have seen flashes of this defense stepping up and stopping the run, so a huge 3rd down and 3 here.
3rd and 4.
And a 3 and out to begin the second half would mean everything to this team as the offense appeared to begin to find a spark there at the end of the first half. So Petru again will be flanked by Quatlander. He'll take the snap, he'll fake the handoff, he'll roll around to the right-hand side, throw complete. That completion is to number 80 for the Highlanders. That is Lucas Shoemaker.
Petru's pass is completed to Lucas Shoemaker.
Shoemaker's reception will be good for a 1st down into Rocket territory.
First and 10, the ball is at the John Glenn 47.
So, Matt, those are the opportunities that the Rockets were really starting to capitalize on there at the end of the first half.
It's really early in the season, Joe. A lot of learning is still going on, so you're going to see this team improve and keep improving throughout the season.
Especially this year under new defensive coordinator Pat Bowie. We'll see if the Rockets can find their footing on the defensive side of the ball. They send a man in motion. Jet sweep is handed to number 8 for the Highlanders. Excuse me, that is number 8. We do not have a number for...
Brought down by Patrick Bowie.
Excuse me, that's Brevin Weller. My apologies. Brevin Weller there on the handoff. Gain of 1 brings up 2nd down and 9 for this Highlander offense. So Quatlander remains in the game. Joe Hanningsmeyer taking a spell. So Petru will check the sideline for the call. So he will check the play and return to the shotgun set. Quatlander now flanking him to the right. Petru takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Quatlander. He's looking deep, he's throwing, he's got a man. It is intercepted, oh, nearly intercepted. Pass broken up by the Rockets, number 81, Amari Bingham Cage. Nearly intercepted. But still, Matt, bringing up one of those big 3rd downs. 3rd down and 9 here for this Highlander offense.
Again, the defense keeps improving throughout the game. We keep this up and get the offense rolling, we'll be all right.
So it appeared Jackson Kavarik there had a step on the defense. But Amari Bingham Cage for the Rockets able to work his way over and break that pass up, nearly intercepting and giving the Rockets the spark that they need. So a rare trip set here for Howell tonight as Quatlander remains in the backfield. He'll go back to pass. It appears to be a screen. Hits off a lineman's helmet. Appeared he had Quatlander for a nice screenplay set up. Unable to convert. Incompletion brings up 4th down and 9 for the Highlanders. And it appears for the first time all game, Matt, the Highlanders are into punt.
Well, you know what? It's again, like I keep saying, the defense is improving, and they keep improving. So now we get a good punt return and get the offense on the field.
9, Patrick Bowie deep for John Glenn.
So Patrick Bowie deep here for John Glenn. And if you're John Glenn, you got to be wary of a fake here in this territory. So the snap and punt are away for the Highlanders. Here's Bowie will just let the ball bounce. And a beautifully executed punt here from this Highlander special teams unit, as they will down the ball near the 3-yard line. And if this offense wants to ignite a spark, they're going to have to go a long way to make it happen. So while we wait for the offense to take the field, once again, we'd like to thank the Howton and Agius team for their continued support of this YouTube channel. So if you are looking to buy, sell, or need real estate advice and expertise, contact former Rocket Matt Howton and the Howton Agius team. You can call them at 734-812-5660 or look them up on the web. Again, that is the Howton Agius team of Keller Williams Realty Livingston, 734-812-5660. So John Glenn offense returning to the field here. Appears Hines will come back in at quarterback. Surprising move considering Wetmore seemed to have some momentum going there in the first half. But Hines does hand off. Ball is stripped there by the defense, but it appears the Rockets were able to recover it.
There's a fumble on the play recovered by John Glenn.
Powers with a good tough run, but very loose with that football. That Highlander defense able to swat it out. But fortunately for the Rockets, LaCourte there to recover the fumble.
That punt was recovered by Connor LaCourte. Pressing the fumble.
Still results in a 3-yard gain for this John Glenn offense.
Rocket 6-yard line.
And Matt, those are the types of first down plays that the Rockets need if they want to keep these drives going. So Hines will drop back to pass. He immediately scrambles, rolls out to his left. He's running from a gang of Howell defenders, and he is tackled right around the original line of scrimmage at the 3-yard line. So loss of 3 will bring up 3rd down and 9 here for John Glenn.
Bring up a 3rd and 9 for John Glenn.
So Hines here returning to an empty set. Hines checks for the play on the sideline. He will await the shotgun snap. He is back to pass, looking, has the man coming. Appeared to be hit as he was thrown. Pass falls incomplete to the turf. Incompletion brings up 4th down and 9 here for John Glenn.
Number 31, Evan Ferris with the pressure on the quarterback.
And on their own 40-yard line, you have to believe the Rockets will be punting here.
Joe, that's not the offensive start that the Rockets needed, and we really need to hopefully step it up on defense.
And very surprising move by the Rockets offense to turn back to Hines after the success Wetmore was finding there at the end of the first half. So Rockets on to punt. The snap is away. The kick is away, and it is not a good one, but a flag is down. Penalty flag down near the punter. We'll check the flag. May result in the Rockets' first down here. And the call is running into the kicker, so just a 5-yard penalty here. So that penalty will move the ball up 5 yards, and at least the Rockets will have a chance to make this punt again.
Penalty will make it 4th and 4.
So Austin Buck on to punt again for the Rockets here. And after some quick pressure there, he will look to regroup and get a better punt away this time. And it is another shank. Ball was moving towards the 25-yard line when it was down by number 6, Tyron Booty. So the Rockets will once again give this Highlander offense a very short field to work with.
The ball's down at the John Glenn 24-yard line.
So we will pause for an injured player on the field. And as the trainer attends, we would like to once again thank D Concrete for their continued support to our channel. If you need a new driveway or sidewalk, or if you're in need of concrete work, maybe your driveway, sidewalk, or patio needs replacing, contact former Rocket Michael Cash of D Concrete at 734-621-3197, or look them up on Facebook to see some amazing concrete work. Again, that is Michael Cash of D Concrete at 734-621-3197.
Joe, also, if you look in the description of the video for the YouTube, their link for their Facebook page is there, and they have some amazing work. Go check that out.
Thank you, Matt. So be sure to check out those comments or the description of the channel, or this feed, rather that, and you will be able to find all the links to our sponsors.
Looks like he's walking on the field
We have
under
a
his own
halftime
power there,
score
Joe.
From the Big House, DeWitt leads Traverse City Central 26-7.
So it appears Brevin Weller was the injured Highlander, but to your point, Matt, was able to jog off the field on his own power, so that's always great to see. And this Howell offense will return to the field with Joe Hanningsmeyer coming back into the game with a very short field to work with. So Rocket defense looking to step up again, been very stout after a tough first quarter. Man comes in motion, toss goes to Joe Hanningsmeyer across the left side. He's got a block. Penalty flag comes down. That will be holding against this Howell offense.
The ball carrier.
So number 53, Jacob Saggart, appeared to be in position to potentially make a play, but he was dragged down by a Howell blocker. So this will be holding against this Howell offense, and this will come back 10 yards.
The flag on the play, holding against Howell.
So 10-yard penalty makes it first down and 20 for this Howell offense.
Ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line.
So Petru gets the play from the sideline. He breaks the huddle with Joe Hanningsmeyer in there. First down and 20 here for Howell. We'll take the shotgun snap, handoff again, goes to Joe Hanningsmeyer. He finds a hole off the left side and works his way down past the 30-yard line.
Joe Hanningsmeyer, the ball carrier.
So Joe Hanningsmeyer nearly making up the yardage lost from the penalty.
Brought down by
Gain of about 8 yards will bring up second down and 12. Just 5 minutes, 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Howell faces second down and 12 from the John Glenn 27. The snaps back to Petru, again handing Joe Hanningsmeyer off the left-hand side. He's able to run through a tackle, meets a host of Rocket defenders, but bullies his way near the 20-yard line. Another gain of about 7 yards for Joe Hanningsmeyer. Brings the ball to the 26-yard line. Brings up third down and 7 here for this Howell offense. So once again, Matt, this defense digging down, putting themselves in another position to get themselves off the field. Third down and 7 here.
The defense can only do it so many times, Joe, before they're just going to break. They start bending and bend and bend, and then they're going to end up breaking. That offense really needs to get going, Joe.
So third down and 7 here for this Howell offense. We will see if the Rockets defense can once again put together a stop and get themselves off the field and turn the ball over to the offense looking to ignite a spark. Clock ticking at 4 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And the rare trip set we see on third down and long here for the Highlanders. Petru will take the snap. He's back. Screenplay set up. It's Johanningsmeyer. He's quickly wrapped up. Unable to bring him down as Johanningsmeyer works to the 10, inside the 10 to the 5, down to the 2-yard line.
P2 pass is complete to Johanningsmeyer.
So that screenplay will be good for a Howell first down. Well executed screenplay there from the Howell offense. As that Rockets defensive line was pursuing, Johanningsmeyer able to slip off the left side, catch the ball and follow his blockers down to the 2-yard line. Toss goes off the left side of Johanningsmeyer. Penalty flag has been thrown as Johanningsmeyer makes his way into the end zone, but we will check the penalty flag.
For the Howell touchdown. There is a flag on the play.
Here's referees will be having a conversation, so we'll see if the touchdown will stand. Appears to be a legal substitution against the John Glenn defense. That does mean the touchdown will stand and will advance Howell's lead to 30-0.
Declined. Results in August Johanningsmeyer 2-yard touchdown.
So Johnson once again on for the PAT attempt. His kick is away. It looks good, and it is.
David Johnson, that return is good. Makes our score Howell 31, John Glenn 0.
So after the extra point, Howell's lead now extended to 31-0. So while we await this kickoff here, we'd again like to thank Henry Service Center. And no job is too big or too small for Henry Service Center. From start to finish, they provide honest, hard work with quick and professional services, and they always provide top-notch services and high-quality workmanship. Come visit them for all of your auto repair needs. Henry Service Center is located at 3041 Wayne Road in Wayne, or give them a call at 734-721-8721. Again, that's 734-721-8721.
Powers and Scott beat for John Glenn.
So as we return to action here, Johnson will be kicking the ball away for Howell. Appears Scott and Bowie will be deep for the Rockets. So Johnson's kick is away, appears to be headed towards Scott. Scott has to retreat, moving backwards, and the ball will roll into the end zone for a touchback.
Johnson's kick goes into the end zone. They'll bring the ball out and spotted at the 20, first and 10, John Glenn.
So Rockets take over first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Just 4 minutes, 6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So we will see who comes into the game here for John Glenn. Appears they will stick with the senior Jaden Hines. As this offense looks to find some kind of spark here against this Howell defense. So Hines sends a man in motion. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, take the ball himself on a quarterback keeper, able to make a few men miss. But his efforts will only amount to about a gain of 1 yard. Brings up second down and 9 for this John Glenn offense.
Joe, that's not the offensive start that we really need this third quarter. We really aren't moving the ball the way we need to.
1 yard gain, second and 9.
And you have to think at some point, being down 31-0, that the Rockets would really turn to this aerial attack.
I agree, Joe. We just need to get something going here, run or pass.
So Spadacini comes to the backfield. As Hine hands off to him, Spadacini across the left-hand side. He finds some running room out past the 35-yard line. So, Matt, just as I say, the Rockets need to open up the aerial attack. They keep it on the ground with Spadacini, able to pick up a first down.
The run game has been working a little bit for them. I think if they sprinkle in a little passes, we might get some things going.
Yeah, you start to wonder at what points are the Rockets really going to try to push the ball downfield. It appears their entire offensive strategy has been based around a short, quick passing game. Unsuccessful thus far. So we'll see if they look to take some shots here, trailing by 31 points late in the third quarter. So Hines will return to an empty set. He checks the sideline and awaits the shotgun snap. He is back to pass. He's firing over the middle. Pass is complete, but quickly wrapped up by the Howell defense. Ball comes free. Appears Howell has fallen on it. And just as we talk about downfield shots, a short completion turns into a fumble. Fumble turns into a Howell recovery. And just like that, this Howell offense is coming back onto the field.
Number 5, Jackson Kavart.
Just like you said, Joe, we get a few things going here, and
then
we have a fumble, and we're back on defense.
Remaining in the third quarter.
So Rockets defense tasked with a tough challenge yet again here, taking over on downs at their own 27-yard line, as Howell begins yet another drive in John Glenn territory. So Petru remains in the game at quarterback. Appears Joe Hanningsmeyer will take a break, as Quatlander joins Petru in the backfield for the Highlanders. Howell back to a trip set. They take the handoff. They roll out but hand the ball to Quatlander. He's able to break a tackle across the right-hand side, wrapped up by multiple Rockets, but still able to push for a gain of about 3 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 7 for this Howell offense.
Brought down by number 4, Austin Buck. Gain of about 2, 2nd and 8.
So appears with a 31-point lead here with about 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Howell will start to substitute some offensive players and give some of these younger players some reps. So Petru goes under center, able to draw this Rockets defense off sides. That is the call, 5-yard penalty.
Offside against the Rockets. 5-yard penalty.
Will bring up 2nd down and 2.
Second and 3.
So they break the huddle. Petru appears to be going back under center. Quatlander gets in the 3-point fullback stance behind him. He will take the snap. Snaps fumble. Quatlander picks up the ball. Wisely falls down as a host of Rocket defenders were quickly pursuing him. So with just 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, the loss brings up a 3rd down and 9 here for this Howell offense.
3rd and 9. Do we have the cars up on the hill? Please turn your lights off. Couple cars up on the hill. Will you please turn your lights off?
So Petru returns to the huddle here. 3rd down and 9 for this Highlander offense.
Joe, I don't know if you heard that announcement. There was someone with their lights up on the hill. You know that's small town football when you got someone parked on the hill watching the game in their car.
Yeah, they are definitely excited to be back and see their Howell Highlanders out here tonight. So Petru rolls out. It makes a man miss. Finally wrapped up by the Rockets. Brought down by number 32 for John Glenn. That's Dalen Scott. Able to bring Petru down for a big loss.
That's
bringing up 4th and long all the way from the 35-yard line of John Glenn. And Matt, you mentioned this small-time football. It has been quite an atmosphere out here tonight.
Joe, it feels like we just picked up where we left off in 2019.
Definitely nice to get a taste of normal life again. So the punt is away for Howell. He sends a rocket down towards the goal line. John Glenn will back away as it rolls into the end zone, wisely allowing a touchback, and John Glenn will take over on downs from their own 20-yard line, with just 17 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already had a chance to do so, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's the John Glenn Football YouTube channel loaded with plenty of classic John Glenn football games. Again, your likes and subscriptions are what allow us to continue to bring you this broadcast each and every Thursday and Friday night. So again, we thank you for your continued support. And the Rockets will take over on downs here. 1st down and 10 with just 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So Bowie comes in motion. to the left side of the formation. Hines takes the snap. He's back to throw. Has a man coming. He's hit, fumbled. It appears Hines fell back onto the football. Correction, unable to fall back onto the football. Howell has recovered and will take over on downs.
Jaden Hines was hit in the backfield and fumbled the ball.
So Rockets defense able to get another stop, Matt, and yet again the offense has turned the ball over. And Howell will take over on downs, first down and 10, with yet again a short field in Rocket territory.
Joe, I agree with you. The offense, they at times show signs of life, and then they shoot themselves in the foot.
It has been a tough night for this John Glenn offense thus far.
Joe, if you remember 1995, were you even alive, Joe?
I was 3 years old, Matt.
Because you know what, we also have some games back in the 90s. Here is Howell back in 1995. Rockets had Howell coming in, the Highlanders coming into Keller Stadium, and life was a little different there. We played on grass back then. The lights weren't as bright. The game was just as exciting.
And as we know, the year prior, John Glenn lost to Howell, as we talked about 32 to nothing. A huge rebound game the following year in 1995, as you see a touchdown there. 24-7, the Rockets were able to pull out a victory and start off that 1995 season on the scoring sheet.
Yeah, Joe, this is only the 5th time these teams have met, so good fun times.
Yep. Both teams have won 2 games apiece in this series thus far. Appears with a 31-point lead that Howell will be heading to their 3rd victory in this series. But we do have 11 seconds still remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And after that hit taken by Jaden Hines, he is still down on the turf as Coach Calvin Griggs tends to his quarterback. So while we pause for the injured player, we would once again like to thank the Howton and Agius team for their continued support. So if you are thinking about selling your home or looking to purchase a new home, contact former Rocket and Wayne Memorial teacher Matt Howton. He is from the Howton Agius team of Keller Williams Realty Livingston. They can be reached at 734-812-5660 or look them up on the web. Again, that is the Howton Agius team at 734-812-5660. We'd also like to thank M&D Concrete for their continued support. So if you are looking to buy, sell, or if you need a new driveway or sidewalk, porch needs to be replaced, or maybe even a stamped concrete patio, contact former Rocket Michael Cash of M&D Concrete at 734-621-3197 or find them on Facebook to see some amazing concrete work. That's M&D Concrete, servicing all of your concrete needs, 734-621-3197.
Joe, I'm sure he'll sell you something too if he wants to, but he is a concrete guy and he does amazing work.
Excuse me for that error there.
Well, we are still under injury time out here. Coach Griggs is on the field with the injured player. So while we have that ass injury, let's mention one more sponsor here. That's Henry's Service Center in Wayne.
And Henry's Service Center has been proudly serving Wayne since 1964. No matter what the problem is, their professional ASE certified technicians always provide exceptional automotive services. They do everything from general repairs and brake services to oil changes and batteries. Their friendly, passionate staff has over 110 years of experience in the auto repair industry and work hard to get your car back on the road faster than any other shop in town. Henry Service Center is located at 3041 South Wayne Road in Wayne, or give them a call at 734-721-8721. Again, that is 734-721-8721.
All right, Joe, with only 11 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter and the Rockets back on defense, do you think they're going to be able to hold them out one more time here?
Well, this defense has stood up for the better part of the last 2 quarters that they played, the 2nd and 3rd quarter. So once again, I'm sure they're going to do their best to try to get a stop here. Faced with a very tough task in stopping them with first down and 10 from the 18-yard line. But once again, this defense looking to find a stop and looking to potentially build on next week. So handoff goes to Quatlander across the left-hand side. He has a blocker and running room. He's past the 10, towards the 5, dives towards the goal line. We'll check the call. He is marked just short, out of bounds, near the 2-yard line. So
Quatlander, the ball carrier.
Nice blocking by that Howell offensive line. Quatlander made it exciting leaping towards that pylon, unable to get into the end zone, but gives his offense a first down and goal. So back under center, Petcher keeps the ball. Appears he has buried his way into the end zone.
Number 7, Nolan Pitu.
And the signal is touchdown. So to end the third quarter, Howell extends their lead to 37-0 in favor of the Highlanders. Appears once again they'll try to catch this Rockets defense off guard. And they now return to formation for the PAT attempt.
David Johnson to attempt the extra point.
So Johnson once again on here for the extra point. His kick is up. And good.
Make that for Howell, 38, John Glenn 0.
So the Highlanders extending their lead to 38-0.
That is also the end of our third
And that will
quarter.
conclude our third quarter of action here at Howell High School. As again, the Highlanders leading the Rockets 38-0.
For multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable, they have higher athletic ceilings, and become a better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs, their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at mhsaa.com.
Joe, now that they've scored 38, we're going to be at a running clock, what we have in high school. We are only going to stop for timeouts, injuries, penalties, and scores. Everything else, the clock continues to run. So this fourth quarter, if it stays like this, is going to go a lot quicker.
That is correct. I believe it is a 35-point lead, warrants a running clock. Great observation, Matt. And you have to think, if you're John Glenn here, down 38 points, it feels like the game's over, but there's still so much to play for. You have the pride of your school. You have 8 more football games to play in the regular season, so there is a lot to build on here and a lot to play for here in this fourth quarter, even though you're down 38 points and it feels like this game might be over. So Bowie takes the kick return off the right-hand side, finds some running room, spins, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, drags a defender down past the 45-yard line. So as you mentioned, that running clock is in effect. Now clock ticking under 11 minutes and 40 seconds here in the fourth quarter. And although the Rockets find themselves down 38 points, nice kick return there by Bowie. So again,
down for the Rockets.
You expect the Rockets here to try to play for building on next week or future games down the road. So maybe experiment with some plays, pull out some plays that you haven't run throughout the game, and just see what you can make work. So again, as Matt pointed out, we are in a running clock, so the clock is ticking down past 11 minutes here as this Howell defense makes their way onto the field. Appears some of the Howell reserves will get an opportunity to play, and you can hear the student section cheering them on. So Wetmore is back in at quarterback. He will drop back to pass. He will step up and throw to Bowie. Bowie makes a nice reception out past the 40 to the 35. Takes a big hit at the sideline, but a nice gain for John Glenn.
Joe, that's the stuff that you have to continue to work on. You know, they've only been practicing for 2 weeks now. You know, this is a great reps that guys can get to help improve and get better for next week.
And to your point, Matt, that's a play that we have not seen all game, so they could be finding something here, running that drag route late in the game, excuse me. So that's a potential play to build upon as Wetmore takes a shotgun snap. He fakes the handoff. He throws to the left-hand side. Pass nearly intercepted.
Wetmore's pass intended for Bowie goes in.
Logan Porter on the coverage there for the Highlanders. Pass was intended for Ian Talena, number 21. Second down and 10 here for John Glenn. So Wetmore remains in the game at quarterback. It appears Powers will flank him to his left. Wetmore back to pass again. He evades the rush, steps up, unable to avoid the defender. May have made it back to the line of scrimmage or a small loss, and brings up third down and long here for the Rockets.
Lost a yard on the play, 3rd and 11.
Joe, I'm going to tell you right now, even up 38, the Howell Highlanders have not given up. They're still playing tough and giving the Rockets everything that they want.
Yes, trying to close this game out the right way, and especially getting some of those reserves in there, really playing hard for some of the limited opportunities they've had to play so far in this ball game. So another drag route completion there from Wetmore. Pass was completed to number 6, Jamar Cootie. Cootie able to take the ball to the 30-yard line, which will bring up 4th down and 7 here for John Glenn. So as you mentioned, some of these Howell defenders, Matt, may not necessarily be starters, but they're still playing as hard as they can, trying to make an impact on this game.
Well, Joe, this is the time that guys shine. This is the time guys can move up in the depth chart and improve.
Yep, this is absolutely where some of those reserves can start to earn themselves some playing time. As Wetmore rolls out on 4th down, he fires for Cootie, incomplete, behind the intended receiver. That incompletion will result in a turnover on downs. Howell will take over, 1st down and 10 from the John Glenn 30. From their own 30-yard line.
Joe, that clock continues to run. We're almost at the 8-minute mark here, so this game is going to come to an end very quickly.
Yep, especially as the Rockets unable to get any points on the board and break that running clock mode. As you mentioned, the clock now running under 8 minutes left to go here in this football game. So again, after a tough start, this Rockets defense really did start to step up and put some stops together. But as you stated earlier, Matt, they can only put that together for so long without the offense being able to sustain a drive.
Number 11, Drew Taylor at quarterback for Howell High.
So we have a change at quarterback here for the Highlanders. Number 11, Drew Taylor, making his way into the game for Howell. And he will hand the ball off on the first play across the right-hand side. Handoff goes to number 32, Aiden Brown. Brown fighting through defenders, able to pick up a 3-yard gain for this Howell offense.
Joe, I don't know if you heard the student section, but they are fired up with that new quarterback in there. He is a fan favorite. For their reserve
quarterback. So student section still here in full effect, as you mentioned, Matt, and cheering on all their Highlanders throughout the duration of this game. So Taylor returns to the huddle and will deliver the play for Howell. Once again, Aiden Brown in the backfield for the Highlanders. So Taylor tosses to Brown, cuts it upfield, but unable to make the trailing defender miss. Appears to have been a loss of 1 on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 8 for this Highlander offense.
Brought down by Morleon Cleflin. Third and 7.
Joe, looking ahead to next week, the Rockets are at home next Thursday at 7 o'clock against Churchill. It's going to be another battle like this week.
And again, as mentioned earlier, these are those opportunities that you can use to prepare for next week's football game. So even though, again, the game may feel like it's over as Howell continues to work the clock here, these are those opportunities you have to really build for next week. So the handoff again goes to Brown up the middle. Gain of 2 brings up 4th down and 5 here for the Highlanders. And up 38 points, you have to imagine they will punt here.
Joe, I remember the great John Glenn coach Chuck Gordon would always say that the biggest improvements are always made between week 1 and week 2. So we'll hope the Rockets can make some improvements and bring a little better offense to the game next week. Their defense is improving while this game is going on, but that offense really needs to kick it in.
And if I recall correctly, we looked back at that 94 game earlier, and even though Howell really made a statement in that game against John Glenn nearly fought their way to a state championship game appearance during that season.
That is correct, Joe. The Rockets started, I think, 0-3 that year and made some major changes and ended up going deep into the playoffs. So it can be done.
Sometimes just a few adjustments is all it takes to really get the ball rolling.
$603.
So official mistakenly throwing a flag there on the play.
097. 7.
Joe, unbelievable crowd here. The 50-50 was just announced of $657, I think he said. That is an unbelievable pot. That tells you how many people are here at the game tonight.
Whoever won that pot's having one heck of a night, that's for sure. So Taylor completed a pass there on the last play to Gage Moore for the Highlanders. Again, penalty flag thrown, but waved off by the official. So that is going to be a Howell first down as Taylor takes the snap. He will once again hand to Brown. Brown quickly wrapped up for a gain of 1. Clock continuing to roll here with the running clock. Now under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
So Howell continuing to work the clock here. 2nd down and 8. Taylor and Brown remain in the backfield. Taylor takes, hands the ball to Brown. Brown quickly wrapped up by the Rockets defense. Push backwards.
Brown the ball there.
Loss of about a yard on the play.
Pushes
Pushes him back near the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9 here for this Howell offense.
3rd and 9.
So Taylor back out of the shotgun. Brown trails him. Behind in the pistol set. He fumbles the snap. Brown wisely just falls on the ball. Big loss on the play. Brings up 4th down and long. We'll expect the Howell punt team here.
Recovered by Drew Taylor. John Glenn calls timeout. 2:47 remaining.
So with a 4th down and long here, John Glenn calls timeout. Their only way of stopping the clock at this point without putting some more points on the board. So the players will return from the timeout. Howell coming into punt formation. Number 4, Noah Raymonitis into punt for the Highlanders. And he will await the long snap. Snap is away. Kick is away. Tough punt there for the Highlanders. Came off the side of the foot, pushed out of bounds near the 30-yard line. John Glenn will take over. So running clock continues here. Clock has been stopped here at 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And now the clock continues to run.
Goes out of bounds at the Howell 29.
And Matt, we've talked about finding things to build on for next week. At the Howell 30-yard line, 1st down and 10, you feel like this is an opportunity for the offense to try to work out some of their kinks.
I agree with you 100% there, Joe. This is the time. Get some yards here. Hopefully maybe punch one in with 2 minutes left and have something to build on for next week.
So clock ticking towards that 2-minute mark, as you mentioned, Matt. Wetmore's back to throw. He's firing deep. Appears to have a man just overthrown. Bowie was the intended receiver, knocked down by a Highlander defender. Penalty flag is down on the field. So did not appear to be an overly dirty hit there, but late nonetheless.
Flag on the play.
So personal foul is the call here against the Highlanders defense. As the 15-yard penalty will put this ball at the 15-yard line, 1st down and 10. So with 2 minutes to go, this John Glenn offense has an opportunity to break this 0 score and get some points on the board. So Wetmore takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. He's back to pass, throwing towards the end zone. Overthrown. Intended receiver was number 45, Connor LaCourte. unable to make the connection. Brings up 2nd down and 10 here from the 15. So clock now ticking under 1 minute and 35 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Wetmore remains in the game at quarterback. He sends a man in motion. Appears to be Bowie to the left-hand side. He's back to pass, looking left, steps up to avoid the pressure, rolls out to his right, tries to make a man miss. Unable to escape as he is sacked once again by this Howell defense. So it appears John Glenn will call a timeout. Their 2nd timeout here of the 2nd half. And they will look to stop the clock with 1 minute, 13 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter.
1:13 remaining.
And once again, looking to create any form of momentum they can going into next week.
Joe, I would really like to thank our crew today. You did an amazing job calling the game. We've got
Stefan Bosman and Bud Somerville on the camera work.
those guys have done an amazing job to bring you the best quality game we could bring to you from Howell High School here.
This broadcast has definitely come a long way since our start last year, so thank you, Matt, for putting this all together. We're happy to be out here. And as well, a huge thank you to everybody at Howell High School. Since we've got here, they have been nothing but great to us and allowing us to bring you this broadcast. So again, thank you to the staff and administration here at Howell High School. It has been a tremendous experience and a great environment.
Pass is complete to
Of course, Matt, not the result we were looking for, but nonetheless, nice to get back out and feel like we're playing a real game again.
You know what? This is the first time in a long time I felt like it's a Friday night of football, Joe.
It's definitely been a fun experience here, so we'll continue to look with 43 seconds left as Wetmore looks for the snap. He fires to the right-hand side. He has a man open. That's Booty on the reception, but he has delivered a big hit on 4th down, unable to convert. And with the running clock, that should take us to the end of the football game here. Clock briefly stopped, but now running.
Joe, that's I think going to be it. I don't see Howell coming out here running a play with 20 seconds left.
Appears the offense is on the field, but will not go into formation. And they will await the final 15 seconds to tick off this clock and claim their first victory of the season.
That'll be the final play of the game. Our final score, Howell 38.
So as the game comes to a conclusion, we can hear this Howell crowd starting to go crazy in support of their Highlanders. Not the result we were looking for with John Glenn, but there are some things to build upon for next week. So once again, we will be bringing you this game next week, live from Irma Kayaka Chuck Gordon Field. And Matt, who do we have for a matchup?
We have Livonia Churchill.
So the Churchill Chargers will be coming to town to Irma Kayaka Chuck Gordon Field. We will be there again live, bringing this broadcast to you. Again, we ask that you like and subscribe to the channel. Please join us again next Thursday night, and we'll be happy to bring the broadcast to you. So final score from Howell, Howell 38, John Glenn 0. We'll see you next week. I'm Joe Smyser, live with Matt Schwartz. Have a good night.